So the real kicker is making sure that you're not totally boned when that third month of not being paid comes around. I think I do a pretty good job of that. I track my expenses. I'm a big girl. I'm like a businesswoman. I do the professional, mature things. Alright, best of 5 started up, guys. Finals for Cup 142, I think. Bottom left, it is Clem. Top right, it is HeRoMaRinE. Every time I go on like a business class upgrade, which I was able to do recently, in my opinion, totally worth $350 for an upgrade on Singapore Airlines for a 6.5-hour flight. Yeah, I'll take that. But every time I go on these fancier flights, you are generally surrounded by people who are also kind of, I guess, looking the parts, as we see a totally normal TvT so far, guys. But you do see a lot of people who are legitimately there, probably going to something that they're going to be doing business in. They're usually even doing business on the flight. They very much hold up to the stereotype. They're wearing their collared shirt, their blouse, their work pants. And they got their laptop open. They could even still be talking to someone with paid for Wi-Fi. And generally older people as well, right? So they've been making money for a while. And, you know, then you get the me's. Sweatpants and a t-shirt and the giddiness from just being allowed inside the cabin. Anywho, but anytime I see those, like, the stereotypical people, I actually get really ambitious. I get this idea in my head, you know, like, I could be that person, you know? Like, let me go and not care about comfort first and foremost, which is the main reason I don't dress up like that when I go on airplanes. And then also get these, like, really nice, you know, tailored, nice-fitting, expensive clothes. Because I do believe that you can get really nice-looking clothes without necessarily spending all that much. But basically, there are certain, let's say, figures that are more capable of just kind of picking anything out of the cabinet or closet, rather. And then looking good than other figures. You know, shall we? Leave it at that. But anyways, I think about it, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to, like, Ann Taylor's, right? That's the one. And then I do this, like, I go shopping after getting this inspiration, and I'm like, oh yeah, costs a bunch of money. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't want to spend $100 on business pants that I honestly am not gonna wear because I don't find them very comfortable. So, you know, score. So my inspiration is short-lived. It's my business class story. God, I really wish I got business class on my flight back home, though. Fear Dragon took it. Literally what happened, guys. Literally! I'm actually not sure if that's exactly what would have happened or not, but Fear Dragon and I both went on the same flight up till San Fran from Adelaide. And we both got the, like, paid for, like, wait list. So you put on the wait list, and then if you don't get it, they give you your money back. And it's, like, points and money. And, like, he was number 4, I was number 5. He got it. He got his 14-hour journey to be on business. I did not. So, just saying, the math adds up. Anyways, we do have a little scuffle in the middle of Inside and Out. This feels like deja vu, actually, except this time it was actually both doing the exact same thing. So Clem Kellezer, there was a tank versus Cyclone, or whichever was game, whatever it was. This time it was Cyclone, Medevac, but HeRoMaRinE loses his Medevac. Has not gotten a lock onto the Cyclone, yet does get a lock onto the Medevac, however. So at least we'll nip that. The Medevac was kind of the more annoying part. And then Clem is up against 2 Cyclones, just the one, so he doesn't have too much more to work with. Yeah. So that is done. Little scuffle in the middle is done. Who came out ahead? Technically, HeRoMaRinE comes out ahead. How? I'm not entirely sure. None of them lost SCVs. HeRoMaRinE lost a Cyclone more than his opponent, and built a Cyclone more than his opponent, so he should be behind on a tank. I mean, he is, but more because of a supply block. There must have been something else that's slightly different in their build orders that I just did not pick up on, but they did really quite identical ones, so I'm not... I'm a bit confuzzled. Why is HeRoMaRinE up 2 SCVs? Well, he is. So, there you go. Don't argue with me. And only 10 seconds behind on the second tank. Clem's now moving forward. With not going to be a tank lead. You know, the rush distance, natural is more than 10 seconds. So, it's never gonna happen. So, Clem is going to try and find some opening. HeRoMaRinE, at this point, pretty famously good at TvT. Although they do trade back and forth, these two. Sometimes Clem is more dominant, HeRoMaRinE's more dominant, Clem's more dominant, HeRoMaRinE's more dominant. I just don't know what it is this time around. Oh, okay. HeRoMaRinE doesn't want to be contained. He wants to get this third CC up ASAP, so he pulls some SCVs to tank the first tank shots. Drops down his own auto turrets. Was completely unsuccessful. BT dubs. Completely unsuccessful. That's, logically, I could see how that would have worked out, but he never got on top of the tanks. Which, you know, they're not necessarily that great all by their lonesome, but 3 tanks, some extra units besides, certainly better than the almost 0 units that HeRoMaRinE had. So yeah, he taps out. Well, that got topsy-turvy really quickly. You think Fear Dragon would have done the gentleman thing? No. I kid. Mostly because I think it is the case. But I actually never be quite sure about it, because we were watching the upgrade list, and he was 4, I was 5, but I don't know if, you know, necessarily there would have been not something else that could have influenced who actually ended up getting it. Because he has the higher tier than me, right? So... whatever. But even if he had offered, I would have just called him crazy and not accepted. That would have been weird. The guy literally pays for this upgrade, gets the upgrade, and is like, you haven't. No, that would have been weird. So it just sucks that another person didn't drop out, which then probably would have gone to me. I still ended up getting Premium Economy Plus, which was certainly better than just regular economy or regular Premium Economy. And the tiers these airlines are getting is insane. Gamer 2. In the bottom left, up 1, it is Clem. Top right, it is HeRoMaRinE. You trying to get clothes? I'm 6'6", getting pants and sweaters are a pain in the ass. I can imagine. Being taller, to me, does seem like mostly a disadvantage. For men, I think the best advantage you guys get is that generally your dating pool is larger. And that's just pretty much a fact. Most women do not want to date a guy that is shorter than them. Not impossible, of course. And it's not like being 5'9" doesn't still qualify you for lots of women shorter than you, but yeah, anyways. Otherwise, I can't really think of too many other reasons why there's an advantage of being over, let's say, 6 foot. You can, you know, reach most tall spaces up to about 6 feet, you know? Yeah, 6'1", I don't think is going to reach anything higher. Not going to reach the cat food on the top of the pantry any better. You know, that's also why they invented ladders. And then what else you got going for you? Maybe you're better at sports. There's that, I suppose. If you have a slightly promising career, maybe it's even more promising. Okay, all right. But then I'm thinking of the disadvantages. I'm thinking of the you know, being cramped on an airline or in the car or in a bus, having to duck. There's low spaces.
Apparently you are doing something right,
Captain. Having beds where your feet dangle off the end, you know, and going to certain countries and actually being massively taller than the average, so you really have a problem. There's this, like, montage footage of some guy that was, like, yeah, maybe, like, 6'6" or something, and he was in Japan, and it was pretty comical. Factory expand to factory expand once again. Just give you a quick heads up. Difference being, I'm going to go for a reactor after first Reaper compared to HeRoMaRiNE's second Reaper, so could be a big difference. See if it evolves into anything more. Henry 8QE, thank you for the 9 months. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with being 5'5". Oh, there is a definite advantage to being taller, and that's you can eat more. But then some people don't think that's an advantage. You know, some people who actually, I guess, listen to their body and are like, oh, I'm not that interested in food. I mean, first of all, okay, cool. Way to go. But second of all, yeah, you could eat a lot more taller. So there's that. As I was going to say, I'm pretty happy being 5'5", the nation's average. Thank you very much. But, man, if I had, like, 2 more inches, that'd be pretty nice. I could eat, like, 200 more calories and weigh, like, 20 pounds more. I'll take that. It's getting me hungry. Getting near dinner time. Alright, so we did go into 3 Reapers for Clem. I was, waiting to see if that was the reason for the reactor. Don't go up to 5, though, so it's not full on dedication here. This will give some 1 more of each Reaper and Hellion to attack into HeRoMaRiNE. HeRoMaRiNE must be at least mentally prepared for this. It does get a little last-second concave going for him. Some grenades going down. I'm going to focus fire the weakened Reapers, leaving... Oh! Came to win the Reaper battle, actually. I thought at the very least Clem would have had 1 Reaper, 2 Hellions, but... Nope, just 2 Hellions, which, I mean, could have been scary if the Cyclone had not just popped out. I don't know how, but both of them also survived. But 2 very injured Hellions. I'd say, what could they do? There is a medevac on the way. Repairing those up and putting them in the medevac might be worth it. Being tall is good in concerts. Okay, yep, point to tall, for sure, for sure. But then you might feel the guilt, is the thing. If you're taller than, like, everyone behind you. So... A little drop from HeRoMaRiNE that Clem was actually well positioned for. I don't believe he knew that there was a medevac on the way. And it's not like a Cyclone always goes into a medevac here, so that was just fortunate, I believe, from Clem. I think he was maybe even planning on just picking up his own units, right? So he was going to be in his main. Either way, that worked out well for him. So now sending out the Hellions just to go for some scouting. That is pretty good for otherwise useless Hellions. Oh, very important pickup right there. 2 Cyclones locking on. Kill things very quickly. But Clem, once again, quick thinker. And very good reactions. So 3rd CCs are on the way for both parties. HeRoMaRiNE's is faster by about 20 seconds. Also, he, once again, got ahead by an SCV. This makes more sense, though. Their paths did diverge. Doing dishes sucks. I have to stand like a giraffe drinking water. It's funny. Eating more is a disadvantage because it'll cost more. Yeah, I guess that's true. Also, if we're ever lost on an island, I might survive an extra day. But that's like very unfortunate position if we're talking about affording enough food, you know? Because we're talking about not being able to afford enough food to make up the difference there. We're also talking about potentially not making enough money to actually get any, like, original clothing. You'd always be going to thrift stores, which I imagine are also particularly difficult to find tall people stuff in. Or maybe it's easier. Maybe they recycle more out of the kindness to other tall people. I don't know. Personally, I don't go thrift shopping too much because of the earlier mention of certain body figures having an easier time finding fashion that fits them. I don't know. As someone who's been overweight their entire life, I've always felt like skinny people, those in the, let's say, normal BMI, I guess, just pick something off the rack and they're like, ah, I can make this work. Should've. Interference matrix was wasted there, but not really important for the next 30 seconds. No other attack on the way, so whatever. Clem is now behind 5 workers, but such a small difference. Both of them saturating their third bases, getting up the stim and upgrades around the same time. And let's see here. Both of them should be also getting to production around the same time. Clem still not adding on 4th and 5th barracks. We'll keep an eye on that, because he's going to be behind on 4th and 5th barracks. He also is more importantly, more drastically running behind on the 4th command center. So that's a bit more important. Fourth command center is entire half a command center behind, which I don't think actually is going to matter, to be honest. I think we're at the point in TvT where things have been close enough that it really, really depends more on who finds each other out of position or who sieges first. So much more important. Looks like Clem was going to do a very similar tactic to what he did versus Kelazur, which I think HeRoMaRinE might have been able to watch. There's a pretty imbalanced bracket as far as timing went today, so HeRoMaRinE might have been watching that TvT, but they both had I think the same thing anyway, so this is actually just a common tactic. That is the 2 medevacs picked up going across and then the actual army moving elsewhere. I mean, it's pretty common Terran tactic in general. So both of them are thinking the same thing, but oh my good lord, that's so many auto turrets. That is like a tower defense line of auto turrets. I'm actually really impressed with how that went down. Okay, I don't care about the battle, which goes terribly for Clem, by the way. So that is pretty important. That was terrible. But it's not just that HeRoMaRinE had 6 or 7 auto turrets. It's that he placed them like a tower defense. Can anyone else be amazed with me on this one? I don't know about you, but when I throw it on auto turrets, it's like blah, 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 blah. But that was like row, half a row. Hello? Anyways. Clem lost that battle hard. He used interference matrix. His opponent used way more spells, and I guess better spells in that particular situation. And Clem fell really far behind in the army supply. Not so much that he's dead. He even was the one still on HeRoMaRiNE's side of the map. Clem is not yet on a planetary, but reinforcements will be just barely enough to stop this from actually snowballing. So yeah. Game's gonna continue on here, alright? HeRoMaRiNE undoubtedly has the lead, but in TvT, is it a big enough lead? Two medevacs pick up HeRoMaRiNE, looking for the natural. Scans and sees the army actually move back into position by the looks of things. Takes what he can get, which is the 4th Command Center SCVs, which won't be a whole lot, by the way. But now at this point is trying to distract. 2 Ravens with interference matrix ready to go. Clem with the quick unseed, trying to save the tanks at the very least. Will not be able to save the positioning. His army's coming across now, and it looks like it will be good enough. Maybe? I don't know. HeRoMaRiNE's also about to have 2-2. This could be the worst anti-timing. 2-2 finishes for HeRoMaRiNE, but actually his stim and his protection of his tanks wasn't there. He was paying attention, I believe, to the drop on the right side. All in all, though, both attacks considered 29 SCVs of Clem. Oh, and a drop on the natural as well, are going down. And HeRoMaRiNE holds on to a still steady army supply compared to Clem's. So that is the one really scary thing right now. It's Clem's counterattack. And oh god, HeRoMaRiNE has nothing over here. Oh no, okay, yeah, this could actually be it, man. SCVs are pre-pulled, and the drop might not have been effective. Oh, great anti-armor missile as well. The upgrades had evened out, but with the orange splattered everywhere, that didn't really look like it. HeRoMaRiNE handling that very well. Very well. The timing of his SCV pull with his reinforcements was really perfect. That was very easy to mess up. That was very easy to miss time. Hindsight 2020, but I guess you could also kind of say that Clem maybe should have gone to the main base. I think the difficulty there was that his boost was going to be off cooldown, by the time he got to the main. And he had a lot of units that were kind of like lagging behind, so eh. But with those two situations going the way of HeRoMaRinE, offense and defense, HeRoMaRinE is very close to being able to pick up this victory. Goes for his own little doom drop in the main base. One tank will not stop it. And there is just not a lot here from Clem. I mean, it's not that much army supply, and a lot of it's going for another drop into the main base. Drop, drop, to drop, drop, to drop, drop. This one is going to be less effective, however, as HeRoMaRinE had more units about ready to go. If they weren't almost in position in the first place, if they were a little late, those are some brutal chokes right there, but HeRoMaRinE also just had so much more army supply. GG. Zig's back. Zig pig. And now the best of 5 is tied up. Top right of Tropical Sacrifice. It's Liquid Clem. Bottom left, we got HeRoMaRinE. Still on Mal's after all these years. Probably one of the only... Well, no, that's not true. I was going to say the only team that is very present in other esports, bigger esports, but that's definitely not true. Big's pretty present in other esports. ENCE is very present in other esports. Still, I guess there's not that many, all things considered. So yeah, still one of the few teams that has a universal esports presence. It is far more well known for like their CSGO team, pretty much. I don't actually know if they have a League of Legends team. I don't know who's partnered and who's not. I just got a bunch of on-site gaming stuff. They messaged me asking if I'd like a jersey, and I told them honestly, like, well, you know, to be honest, I probably won't wear it. I'm not one to wear jerseys on the day-to-day, not like some football fans. Crazies. But I'd be happy to show off, you know, the other merchandise. I think the mouse pad looked cool. I think the hats are nice. I think the patches look cool. And they're like, yeah, okay. And they gave me a lot more than I was expecting, too, so I might do a giveaway. But they are very much just StarCraft. We do have a very different opener for Clem, going for 2 Rax Reapers. 2. HeRoMaRinE only has 1. You see the difference. HeRoMaRinE's not going to be able to scout it. His SCV scouts was not very quick whatsoever, so it gets blocked out by the second supply depot. And thus, tension rises. Can HeRoMaRinE defend? Probably. But this can snowball. Not as much as it would if there was a proxy, but still could. Love that he's hiding. HeRoMaRinE went around checking for a proxy. That can backfire, right? If he had pulled back into a Reaper that was waiting, well then Clem's Reaper got the first shot, you know? In this case, doesn't backfire, it's fine, but he also doesn't know what's actually happening, so, well, physically he can't really change anything. I mean, it's good to have mental preparation. And physically, he probably shouldn't change anything. Still producing Reapers and Hellions. Probably the way to go. But maybe he would have gotten a high ground command center just to be really safe. Be really careful about that. 3 Reapers have a lot more micro-ability than 2 Reapers and a Hellion. Although both are feisty. Now that HeRoMaRinE also has 3 Reapers, I think he's fine. It's not even that, you know, okay, well now Clem has 4 Reapers, so doesn't it go back in his advantage? No, I actually think that is a big difference grenade usage-wise. And oh, nice catch. Clem was not expecting that. Does not have his Reapers firing away using their grenades. Also had him a bit lined up there. So Clem is the one sent packing. Gonna use the high ground as advantage. Looks like HeRoMaRinE thought about disengaging. Wait, actually, I think I can do this. He's gonna try and chase his one last Reaper down. Not gonna work out though, especially with a grenade thrown down. And Clem will come out of this with a slight army supply lead, but all of the momentum that could have been gained was never gained, actually. It just never happened. HeRoMaRinE pushed that back successfully as a 2-worker lead. And, well, actually not a faster command center because there was a delay on the command center. So at least that happened, but yep, he has a worker lead. Actually, where did all the HeRoMaRinE units go? Where did all the good men go? Where have they all gone? Uh-oh. This Reaper chased this one, and then there was no more production because he was building add-ons, and holy shit, this actually is gonna go super, super bad. Oh my god, he actually loses the game. Well, how about that? How about that? Okay. Well, there's a reason I thought he was safe. It's because HeRoMaRinE also thought he was safe. I was like, yeah, job's done. Apparently not. Quick and easy win there for Clem. Thank you, Billy Basco, for the nice words. You see his tail? That's how it actually is made. He's got a little bend in his tail, and this part goes into a little corkscrew. Feels very weird. If you ever get to meet Ziggy in real life, be weirded out as well. That's why I got him, though. They said that they suspected that there was bobtail in his blood. That would be the reason he has a weird tail. And I thought that'd be a perfect friend for Apollo, who is a Japanese bobtail. And they are. They're the best of buddies. They're so cute. All right, all right. Much quicker into game 4 than I was expecting. Moondance. I feel like this should be in the southern part of the United States, and we should have a lot of moonshine. The top left, up 1, he is Clem. Top right, it is HeRoMaRinE. Had 1 less unit than I guess was critical to the defense of the natural, thus losing the unit that was there. Right, it wasn't helped. And when he lost that unit, there was no more on the way. He had chosen that time to build his add-ons. Very unfortunate timing. The expectation, if I do dare say so myself, was along the lines of my expectation. HeRoMaRiNE's much better than I am, but I have God vision, so yeah. But he just expected it not to be a big issue anymore. It happens in TvT, clearly to the best TvT players in the world. It happens to every single one of them. And now, HeRoMaRiNE is going to try and have TvT happen to Clem. Proxy 2 racks on Moondance, about as close as you possibly could get. Yeah, because you couldn't put it here, they'd see it. So yes, it is literally the closest you could get. I think it's even closer than if you had snuck 2 SCVs in and put them here. It's about the same distance. So, of course, the difference there would be the high ground versus low ground. Sometimes players do put the barracks over here, but, you know, some Terran... I don't know, StarCraft players in general have also sometimes gotten used to looking here Not that either one of these players has so far, from what I've seen on their scouting patterns. But they probably don't scout this back one too often. It happens once, and for the next 8 weeks, you scout for it every time. That's how it goes, right? And after 8 weeks, you forget that it happens, and then boom, it happens to you again. That's the way StarCraft goes. But for right now, clearly Clem is not even thinking about it. He's about to have 2 Reapers right in his face, right there. And his Reapers are going to be completely out of position. Now, always the tricky thing about this is that if Clem at least has his Reapers together, he could survive. But surviving might still not be good enough. But yeah, the definite GG is if this Reaper just dies. I think that actually would do it. So we gotta protect it. And the SCVs are gonna have to sacrifice themselves to protect it. It might not be good enough though. 3 Reapers. Okay, the other Reaper does come back. This is an SCV? That's an SCV. There you go. So the other Reaper did come back. Command Center is just under halfway done. I don't think that'll be canceled, but we'll see. If Clem can actually save that, and he already messed up a little bit there, Reaper's taking a lot of damage. If he can save the Command Center, nope, it's going to be canceled, actually. He already messed up. He had to play this out perfectly, and he did not. So, yeah, I think he's have to cancel it. Oh, this is going to be dangerous. Oh, Lord, baby Jesus. Oh, nope, he's got it. He's got it. Loses 3 more SCVs for it, though. And that is the trick. That is the rub. He's now down 6 workers instead of just the, wait, no, I can't math. He's down 8 workers instead of just the 5 that it would have been. And 5 would have been very recoverable with a faster command center. 8's, we'll see. We'll see. Still having to dance around a little bit as well. HeRoMaRinE surprisingly still investing into the Reapers. I don't think Clem was necessarily expecting that. Oh, he's gonna win, isn't he? Oh, he's gonna win. Oh, he's gonna win. Oh, Lord, he's gonna win. This counterattack, and that's his bunker. That's not HeRoMaRinE's. Oh my God. Yeah, HeRoMaRinE had to keep making Reapers. He had to send him back home, is a thing. But he has missed his opportunity. Clem with the counterattack with this one cheeky SCV especially. Oh my God, that is it. GG. Clem with a 3-1. Takes this Open Cup. Takes another finals away from HeRoMaRinE. Gives it to himself. Still on the catch-up of who has the most victories. I'm pretty sure HeRoMaRinE's still winning that one. But, you know, the longer this goes on, the more that I'm really going to have to actually start looking at them, at their respective wins.